Hey, you guys, welcome to Melissa Valentine's Nursery. My name is Melissa, and we are here with little baby Luca. I couldn't sleep tonight, so it's video time. I don't have mitts on him. He's a little cuddle baby. He's a cute baby. But we are here tonight. Well, 3:30 in the morning now. I did a video just to talk, but now we're gonna do part of my series. Woo. Tales from the Crib, the dark side of doll collecting, right? Because you guys, there's a dark side to a lot of hobbies. A lot of it is financial aspect if it's pretty expensive. You know, sometimes we get inundated, like full of, it's a little guy. He's really little. He's a preemie. And I forgot to put his gloves on. I'm trying to give all my babies some lovins on these cameras here. So anyway, let's talk about this. We are on the 6th episode, you guys. There are 10 of these, by the way. We are on numero 6. So this one is Sinister Stereotyping from Strangers. Perception and perspective. Reactions. Are you ill? Isolation, right? So this gets a little philosophical because I was writing down my ideas one night at work. And this went from, I'm not a very philosophical person, you guys. Oh my God. I'm not a very philosophical person. But I became pretty philosophical. And so I'm going to try to, even though I jotted all that down, I'm going to try to steer away from that, all right? Because I don't know what the hell I was smoking. I don't know what I was doing, but it's pretty deep. And we're not talking about that. I turned it into something else. So we're just going to talk about it. So, you know, in this hobby, there are people who judge us. I have gotten into arguments with friends and they throw, well, you play with dolls. What does that got to do with the price of tea in China? You know what I'm saying? Like what we're talking about. But that person's very supportive and I appreciate that person very much. So we're not even gonna hate on that person. I love that person very much. And then we walk around with our strollers. And people look at us when I went to the Dollar Tree in the next town over with my little messy toddler and put her in the wagon. What do you call it? What do you guys call it? The wagon, the shopping cart, the buggy, the whatever. People threw me looks, you know. Who cares what you think, right? It made me feel a certain way because we're human. We get all down on ourselves, you know what I mean? But people like to judge us about this. And they don't know enough. And that's where perception versus perspective comes in. And when I come up with these words for this stereotyping series episode, this is the episode we're on now. Did I say series before? We're on number 6. All right, whatever. So I was thinking, what's the difference? Well, I learned that perception is what you see initially from the outside. Right? Without getting too deep, because I went way too philosophical. So when people see us with initial perception, they're like, oh, freaking weirdo, you know, weirdo. And then they take that knowledge that they have established, whether it's something positive or negative, and they develop their perspective. Oh God, I'm going to sneeze. It's coming. Oh my God, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Oh my God, I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't mean it. There's no boogers everywhere. I'm sorry. All right, so okay, let me gather myself. There's always more than one. I know there's always more than one. Oh my God, please spare me. So, you know, they see us with their initial perception, and either we educate them initially. We'll say, hey, you know, this is a doll. I do YouTube. I have anxiety, you know. It helps me. I deal with PTSD. Well, I don't deal with PTSD. Maybe I do. I don't know. But I deal with PTSD. I have this issue, that issue. Or, you know, it helps with my mental illness. Whatever the situation. Or I just like the babies. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. Hey, they're not real. They're hyper realistic. It's part of a hobby. You know? We educate. And we change our initial perception to their perspective. whatever that perspective may be. So here in the world of reborns, we get judgment. And I feel like, you know, in one of my videos, I was doing Christmas shopping for one of my dolls, a few of my dolls. And I had bought like the Christmas stuff early, like from Walmart. And I went through the line, the self-checkout, and this lady, I guess, who's manning the checkouts was like, oh, that's nice. You have a baby, you know? And I'm like, yeah, I collect dolls and, you know, I buy them. She looked like, bitch, like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, and I was just like, bitch, you don't know me. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Who are you? You know? And it makes you feel a certain way because we're human. And then in the back of our mind, we're like, to hell with them. You know what I mean? Like, you know? So if we can educate, right? I have family members that think this is the weirdest thing in the world. Are we closet collectors because people think we're weird? Should we be closet collectors? You know what I'm saying? No. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because let me tell you something. The ones that stick around and the ones that understand you are the ones who are true. You know? They're tried and true in your life. Your friends, your family. If they're going to judge you and be like, that's weird. And you're weird. You know? If they could... Yes, it's a very niche hobby. It's a little unusual. But if this is what makes you happy, you know... I'm from a gambling family. We love the casino. I love the casino. I don't go to the casino every weekend like some people I know, but I don't go to the casino. I like the casino, especially the free cappuccinos. You get a little, you can go to a lady who's walking around. I know at Harris you say, I want a free cappuccino and I want some whipped cream on top. It's so good. And you get as many as you want. You can go to the bar and order it. Awesome. Now, if you want alcohol, you got to buy it. But, you know, I love that. That's what I do. Okay. So anyway, when I do, I haven't been to the casino in years, but I like the casino. But I like the dolls better. So this is where my money goes now. But, so people pass judgment. And this might be a little bit of a boring one because this isn't like the other ones. But let me tell you, and we know we get judged. The best thing that you can do is educate. Educate. We live in a time of technology. And I may be saying this because I'm a registered nurse and I have a degree to teach nursing. I have a graduate degree. But if we teach, right? If we understand the perception the person is coming from, and we take that and we educate them, they may come up with their own sound perspective on the situation. So we are not going to, not everybody is going to think we are of sound mind doing this with the babies. No. But, and the amount of money some of us spend, oh my God, you guys. Yes, I've spent a lot, but I do it in a frugal way. Believe it or not, I am very frugal. And you know me from other videos. I spend bukus on babies, but everything else in my life, down to my groceries, I will not buy it unless it's on sale, except for Tide Pods and the Dawn soap for the sink. But other than that, even down to like shampoo, body wash, gifts, most of the time gifts, depending on the occasion, depending on how I feel, you know, about the person. Okay. But let me tell you something. We spend a lot on these babies, and some of us, they're not like me. You gotta wait till it's on sale, or so they may invest way more. You know, I do this as a hobby. I enjoy it. Some people walk around to babies all day. That's fine, whatever, to each his own. But I don't. And I have family that comes over and judges. Good, bad, different. Everybody's got a different opinion and they're entitled to it. Work. I have a CNA that I work with. And her name's Agnes. Hey, Agnes. She watches all my videos. Agnes. And she thinks the babies are cute. She'll say, oh, how cute, how cute. You like this one, Agnes? This is Luca. Baby Luca, little baby Luca. She said, oh, they're so cute, cute. That's what she says. And then I have a nurse friend who is interested in the hobby, but she can't see spending that much money. She said, I can afford it. I just can't see spending that much. So she's been going to like the Goodwill auctions online, and some people who know their stuff, they'll up that auction price. And then she's like, this is ridiculous. You know, and then I have another one who's interested in, like, you know, people go and they buy like things from Goodwill or thrift stores, and then they flip it and make money. And I said, hey, whatever, that's you. You know what I mean? So she'll ask me questions. Hey, what do you think about this? Whatever. And then there's a CNA who's like, girl, you weird. She's like, I know somebody who actually paints them, and she lives outside this country, but she paints them. And you guys are odd. You guys are weird. You know, whatever. This makes me happy, and this is what I'm doing. And people love to stereotype. Look how many YouTube videos are out there, especially, like, you know how TLC, the network, they flip the situation? You guys, on 600 Pound Life, let me tell you something. Look, if you are a big person, you know what angles are, right? TLC will film somebody from their knees sitting down up, and they'll look like the biggest. Now, I'm not promoting 600 pounds here, okay? Because I'm a big girl. I'm not 600 pounds, are you guys? But I'm not promoting, you know, obesity, but I'm just saying, look how they, look at the perception they're giving you initially. And they don't you don't leave that show with a positive perspective in any way whatsoever. Oh, that fat slob. Because a lot of people say that. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people are anti-fat, and not like health-wise, but just seeing the person. Oh, this person's fat. I can never be fat. Blah blah. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of ways, you know, I have health issues, and my new doctor originally thought I would have way more, and I was like, I'm not pre-diabetic or nothing. You know, I have good cholesterol, but I'm a big girl. I have high blood pressure, but that's in the family. But what I'm saying is, my doctor, for instance, judging right away, and she has to do this, but I knew this shit already. But let me go back. Perception. So if people come in with a perception. They come in with a perception right away. You watch 600 Pound Life and you say, oh my God, it's huge. Oh my God. But look at the angle also. Right? Okay. Or, oh my God, they ate 3 dozen eggs. And then after that, they had an entire box of Cheez-Its. I don't know. I'm just making this up. They don't do that every day, you guys. They probably eat way more than we do, but I'm just saying, you know, maybe they have 3 Big Macs and a large fry, right? For McDonald's, every day, whatever. But I guarantee you they're not eating 3 pizza pies and then jumping to 2 bags of Doritos, all right? They're a little excessive on TLC. And I learned this. One of the guys who was on a big show for big people, he took a bath outside of his deck because he was so big, and he played video games. He's a redhead guy. I can't remember his name. I want to call him like Ryan or Brian. He lost a lot of weight. But he also said TLC is rubbish. They are just like, they take things. It's TV, you guys. It's TV, right? Okay. You know, so taboo sells, sex sells. Everybody knows things that sell. Labeling people crazy sells. And think of how many like things on TV, you know, the TV shows, other TV shows. I've watched little mini documentaries. I can't remember, on YouTube even. And they make us look like we are just like we can't tell the difference between reality and, you know, fantasy, you know? Yeah, we have role-playing moments. We have our bottles, our aesthetics, things that we have for their babies. We take them out. We enjoy it. But most of us are not that person they portray. So the audience establishes a perspective that is wrong. So I feel like the key point, education is power, but it doesn't necessarily mean change. And my psychology taught me that. My psychology teacher in high school taught me that. Education, knowledge is power. We know that. We've heard that a million times, right? But she told me knowledge doesn't mean change. I know how to eat healthy. I know what women and men are supposed to have, generally speaking, depending on your height, BMI, and all that calculate. Like, I pretty much, I know what I need to eat, right? There's a food, they're not pyramids anymore, I guess, but you generally know, right? You know, simple carbs are not good, simple sugars, right? That's getting into something else. I have the knowledge. I am a registered nurse. I educate people all the time on their health. But does that mean I go home and avoid soda and caffeine and the occasional ice cream? Yeah, occasional my ass. But, you know, ice cream and like rice pudding and all those comfort foods. And hell no, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be fat and happy, and I know I'm gonna regret and eat those words later. But, you know, I am no angel on this earth, right? And we are human, and we are going to do what the hell we want. And some of us have more discipline than others. And weight is just something that I have struggled with my whole life. And I am not the only one in my family that struggles with weight. And that's something that I have accepted. I have been off and on Weight Watchers, Atkins, keto, South Beach. I've been on everything. And I am not sticking no shots in my body, you guys. I am sorry. They pushing those Ozempics and glutamine and all this stuff. I'm not doing that. But if it works for you, hey, right? One of my CNAs at work, she looks phenomenal. And I think she's on Ozempic. I know she's on a shot that they're promoting, but I want to say it's Ozempic. She looks great. But I don't know. I'm not for that. You know what I mean? I got to get exercise. I got to learn to sweat a little. I got to eat another extra salad and not pour ranch on it or Italian dressing or loaded cheese, and ice cream. Oh my God. That's my issue. So going back to sinister stereotyping. So the thing is, we're going to go out in public and we are going to come across people that make us feel a certain way. And we are going to understand that that's their initial perception, right? We're going to understand that and we're going to go with it and we're going to feel like shit. And we're going to be like, man, that person, that made me feel a certain way. And we're human. We're allowed to have those emotions. But we also know, who cares what they think, right? You're a human. You're allowed to have emotions. You're allowed to be inconsistent because humans are. We're flawed. We're inconsistent. We are very inconsistent. Someone may say something one day and do something another, right? Humanity, it's what they are. And most of the time, there are people who are not, who are a little more consistent. But I'm just saying, we're human. We're flawed. It is what it is. So we don't have to share our reasons for this. We don't have to share our personal reason. If you have a personal reason, let's say you have, I don't know, some mental illness that already has a stigma, you don't have to say, hey, I have this. You can just say, hey, these dolls are used for X, Y, and Z, right? Or, another thing is when we explain our hobby, let's not do it like we are in the defense. Let's explain our hobby in a smooth approach, right? It's all about execution, how you present this to the world to understand. Because, like I said, education's key. Assume they're clueless because they are most of the time. Most of the time they're clueless. You see a woman walking around with a baby in the store. That's fake. And you're like, well, not us because we're compassionate, kind, and we collect reborns and we don't judge people, right? But, most of the time they'll see us and they're like, that whack job. But if we get the opportunity to talk to the person and explain, like I did at Dollar Tree when I got to the register, and I spoke to the lady and I said, yeah, I have a YouTube channel and I collect reborns and they're good for, Alzheimer's patients, people with anxiety, and mental illness, things like that, and she said, oh, okay. And now I don't know exactly what she formulated in her head after that. But if you take the situation and the approach, your execution, and how you say, hey, listen, this is, this helps people, You know, think about people who are suicidal, who have depression. I have clinical depression. I have clinical anxiety, right? And I'm comfortable with sharing that as a nurse, right? I know my limits and things. I know what I need to avoid triggers, right? And my divorce has been very traumatic because I got to see the marriage I had by stepping away. Well, I didn't step away, he stepped away, but I got to get a picture of what really was going on and how dysfunctional it was, and I did not realize it. So every day I have triggers, every single day. And it's been a year since he's been gone. And so, you know, it's how our mind formulates a situation. People that see us, right? How can we educate them so they can program? I don't want to say program because that sounds so, you know, when you say conditioning and programming, sometimes it has a wrong connotation, but you know what I mean. How can we show those who interact with us and pass judgment, hey, we know it's a doll. We know it's a doll. This gives us the cuddles and the good, happy feelings. It increases that happiness, right? Those chemicals in our brain that say, hey, this is nice. You know, all my babies have Wonder Wafers. Some of them have 2. Some of them have the beads that go in the wash machine in their body, in their sock. And then I still put a Wonder Wafer in because it smells. If you come in my nursery, you'll usually smell it because it's in every baby. And so, you know, it increases those chemicals in us. You know, I don't want to get too technical because assume people know nothing when you educate. But don't come off as cocky or pretentious or, you know, you just have to do it with kindness. And some people are stubborn in their ways and they are going to keep that perception that they have formulated, right? So he's so cute and he smells so good and he's weighted phenomenal. He stayed with his Aunt Kendall when we did a trade and she was wonderful enough to trade me back. He's such a cute little bumper. So you guys, yeah, I mean, people assume we're ill and crazy and cuckoo and this and that and the other. And some of us are. I mean, hell, I got a little crazy to my name, right? I got a lot of cuckoo-ness. But like I said, you know, it's our approach and how we approach those who approach us. And there's always going to be those ignorant people who think they know everything. I watched a YouTuber. She passes judgment on people. Like, she's always doing videos like, the critiquing videos. There was so much I wanted to say to her. And another artist, Reborn artist in the comments, was very nice with her approach. And I chimed in. But it didn't change the fact that that YouTuber who knew nothing about the Reborn world, when you're watching her, you can tell. And she's educating other people who don't know about the Reborn world. And she's formulating in their mind this perspective that is false. It's false. Everything she was spitting out was false. People with Reborns have no kids, so they got to walk around with babies and feed them all the time. And, you know, hey, I have a son, right? You know, the things she was saying, God, it's been months, but I was like, bitch, you know, like, and then I got to, you know, we pass judgment. We're human. We try not to pass judgment, right? We try to be really good people. And we try to portray that in what we do every day. You know, I'm not going to walk around every day, you know, really being mean to people. I'm going to try to be the nicest person I can. You don't want to keep his hand on top of my arm. But, yeah, I thought this would be a good thing. I didn't want to get too philosophical because the whole page is perception versus perspective. I have a book over here that I have propped up so I can see. And the whole damn page is, who cares, like, about definitions? I don't know what I was thinking. But, you know, hey, our friends don't have to understand completely. They don't have to agree with us. but they can be open-minded enough or have enough education to say, hey, okay, I get it. Makes you happy. That's all it comes down to, right? Makes you happy. And I'll leave it at that, and I'm not going to judge you for it. They may judge you still, but you know, they may say some things to make you feel better, but doesn't mean it's true. No, you know. So, you guys, this wasn't a long one, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. So, I want to thank you guys for watching. Check out my description, because in my description is my merch and my Buy Me a Coffee. Comment, share, like, subscribe. I love you guys so much. I want to thank you guys. I try to be in all my videos. I don't know if that makes a difference. Like, sometimes I feel like I want to do a video where, like, I'm not in it. But I notice the videos I watch are the people who are in their videos mostly. So, no, but there's some of you that's not in their videos that I watch. But I enjoy the ones that I get to see the folks. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you guys, I love you guys. Thank you. Stay tuned for the next episode of Meetup Malice. From doll shows to expo negativity surrounding snooty sellers / consumers. That's next week. I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much. Bye, you guys.